Hi, welcome back. On the last lecture, we talked a little bit about objects, properties, methods, ready states, and statuses. On this lecture here, we're going to see how how we can put everything together. So now that we have created this object that's being held on this variable here, we can access the methods, which are already predefined, and the properties of it. All right, those are predefined already. They are ready made for us. We just got to use them. All right, so the first method that we are going to be using is the open method. So we grab the object and dot, and this is how you put it together. This is how you use an object, method of an object with a dot. Remember what I told you in the last lecture. Okay, and then basically in this function, you can call it a function if you like, but since it's an object, we call it method. So the first parameter this method takes is the data type. In this case, we're sending a get. Later on, I'm going to show you how to send a post request. But we use get request to get information from the database. All right, this is mainly the good reason to do that. And then we use post to do update, delete, which is more secure. Then the second parameter is where we want this data from. We want it from the, all right? So we're sending this there to this file, all right? And then we want to send it in a asynchronously way. All right, basically what that means is do you want your page to refresh, yes or no? And if you don't want it to refresh, you make sure that you set this here to a synchronous request, all right, which is not going to refresh. Anyway, that word was kind of hard for me. But anyway, the next thing, once we open the connection, all right, is we need to track the ready states. Just like I told you on the last lecture, all right, there are 5 of them. I think I said 4 before, but they are actually 5 because the 0 counts for 1, right? 0 is the number, all right, of the request. So we can kind of detect them with the numbers. We are actually looking for number 4. So we can say something like if, let me just write it down real quick here, so that way you can see how it's done. So, all right, we grab the object and we say on ready state change. So we are tracking it now. I want you to execute this function. All right. So once it's actually going through those stages to those ready states, we can detect to see what number it is. So we can say if the ready state equals to 4, all right, and we can also detect the object status. So if it's equal to 200, we know it's okay, right? And then we can do something with that information. So we can get everything back in an object property called response text, like this. All right, so we get everything back in this attribute, all right, from the object. And then we can insert this wherever we want. If we want to insert it with JavaScript, we just say, let's create an element here. Let's say, for example, we had an element with an ID of container. There you go. All right. So we grab an element with an ID of container and we enter any HTML that's coming from here. All right, so basically we are assigning the response to this container here using JavaScript. Really cool stuff, right? And then we can come here and finish this. Next thing is to send this. All right, and then here, that's it. All right, that's it. Now let's actually look for a way to activate JavaScript AJAX. So I got some stuff that I can paste here, that way you don't have to see me writing it. There we go. So what I did is I have a button here with an on-click attached to it that is going to be calling a function when we click it, and then whatever response we get back from here is going to insert it in this element with an ID of container, which is right here. So it's going to insert all the information down here below. All right, so I'm going to actually paste all this, all right, from something that I already got. So this ready from here, I'm going to paste everything, and I'm going to create a function here. I just want to make sure that I'm not making any mistakes. because I'm explaining how everything works. All right, but all right, perfect. All right, so as you can see, I wrapped everything around in this init function, and then we are calling it right here. All right, let's find out if it works. Let's make sure that we put something here in the JavaScript here, and we can, let's say for example, we are getting something from the database, right? And this is where we put our MySQL, fetch all this data from this table. But in this case, we don't have that, so we're just gonna say yes, it's working or something like that. Save it. Let's open this file on the browser and let's check it out real quick. Oops, right here. Let's see if it works. Send info. Yes, it's working. As you can see, that was really fast. Look at that. All right, and to send post requests is super simple. All we got to do is two more things, I believe, here. All right, well, we got to use the object again. Well, first of all, we need to change this from get to post. All right, and then we can use the object again to set the request header. All right, it's a header that's also sent to the server every time an HTML page is viewed. There's some headers in the background there. It's already predefined, but we can change it. All right, and basically here what we're going to be changing is the content type. All right, so we're going to change the content type to let the server know what kind of data is going through. And I'm going to copy this because I already have it. I don't want to write it down. All right, so we're going to change. We got a method that will change that for us. We pass the first parameter, which is content type, and the second parameter is this application / and URL encoded. All right, now that we are sending a post request, all right, when I paste in my code, you can see all that information here, but this is where all the posts will be. So if I have a post request that I need to send, I can put this, and this would be the key of the post super global, and this would be the value. The value in this case would be my name, ampersand, and I can say password here, and that would be secret or something like that. All right, so now to access this information in the other side, super simple, right? We can go back. Can I get my stuff back? There we go. All right, and now here we can say if is set post. All right, we can echo out post. I believe the key was username, and let's just write some BR tags here. And here would be maybe I think it was email or password. You're yelling password, password. All right, so let's check this out real quick. That's because we are trying to echo this. If it's set, oh, we are in the PHP page. Of course, it's not going to be set. We need to set it from here, sent, and as you can see, Edwin and secret. All right, those are the post requests we are getting from here. Oh, and by the way, I'm Edwin from the future, so if you see some files here on the left side, okay, don't worry about it. We haven't done those yet in the course. All right, so I just came to add some extra lecture here because I think you had to know about this stuff. All right, I think I already told you that, but just in case. But anyway, this is how we can communicate using JavaScript, pure JavaScript in AJAX and the server. All right, so hopefully this help you understand how everything works and you're happy. That's what I care about. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next lecture.